How many of you are Peter, Paul, and Mary fans? I'm one. One of my favorite Peter, Paul, and Mary songs is Peter Yarrow's Hanukkah song. And he says two things in that song. He says, light one candle, and he says, don't let the light go out. And that song helps me make sense of a story that we all know, and that's the story of the miracle of the oil. It's a story that I learned as a child, I'm sure we all did, the story of how the Maccabees came to the temple, found only one jar of oil when they needed enough oil for 8 days. They lit the lamps with the jar of oil that they had, and miracle of miracles, the oil lasted for 8 days. When I was a kid, I believed that story. Now, not so much. But I don't believe that a story has to be true to be meaningful. And I think Peter helps us find meaning in that story. His song tells us that we create the light that we can, because we don't know how much that light will last. We don't know how much light it will bring into the world. And he also tells us that we have to keep lighting lights. We have to keep bringing light into the world. And of course, lighting a candle is a metaphor. And it's a metaphor for bringing light into a very dark world, a world that's full of war, atrocity, poverty, injustice. And when I light those Hanukkah candles, I remind myself that I can bring light into this dark world through the things that I do, through mitzvot, through tikkun olam, helping everyone that I can, making myself a better person. So my thought is, when you light the candles this Hanukkah, think to yourself that you never know how much light you bring through everything that you do. Light one candle and don't let the light go out. Happy Hanukkah.